Welcome back. It's time for another Random Beauty Support Group RBSG challenge, and today we are going to be doing the word scream. So this month was Jen's word, and Jen said for the word scream, what I'm thinking is a summer look that you would wear to a concert, a beach party, somewhere you would be screaming out of the absolute blast you are having. Could even be screaming for some homemade ice cream. Have fun with it. The beginning of summer is upon us. I actually had so many different ideas for this video. I had a hard time settling on one. So first I thought road trip, but then for road trip, lots of times I don't even wear makeup, just do like a scarf and sunglasses, but that's not really fun for a video to watch. And then I also thought of Disneyland. Can you see I'm wearing my Disneyland shirt today, and Disneyland I will be screaming on some of the rides, especially the Incredicoaster, which is technically California Adventure, I know, but screaming on some of the rides this summer. But I didn't really want to do like a Disney inspired, like creative look. I wasn't really feeling very inspired to do that makeup today. So I decided to go the ice cream route because I love ice cream. I love summer. I thought I would pull out the Glam Light ice cream dream palette because it's got a lot of colors too, and I thought, you know, summer's the perfect time to be wearing more eyeshadow colors. Anytime is, but if you know me, you know a lot of times I reach for neutral, so I'm trying to get into some color. And so I thought, let's pull out the ice cream palette, let's scream for some ice cream. And then for some reason, out of nowhere, I started thinking of Spumoni ice cream, which is like, it's not Neapolitan. I thought, oh, let's do like a Neapolitan look first because, you know, we'll do all the different colors. And then I was like, I don't even really like Neapolitan. I'm fine with the chocolate and vanilla, but not a big fan of strawberry ice cream. And I thought, you know what I really love is Spumoni ice cream. And so you've got pistachio, cherry, and chocolate. So you've got green and pink and brown. So I thought, let's play with that. Let's see what's in this palette. I'm going to go ahead and put on some base makeup to get started, and then we'll just jump in together to see what we can come up with for a screaming good look. For my foundation, I'm just going to use the House Labs and put that on real quickly. I hadn't used this foundation in a while, and then I did pull it out the other day because it's a little bit darker, so it's matched the fact that I have a little bit of a tan starting now that it's summer and the sun's been out. So I pulled it out and it went on very well when I used it the first day, and then when I went to apply it today, I was using the Nikki LaRose N17 brush, this side of it, and I don't know why, but I just don't like how it applied today. Like, I just feel like it was really streaky and uneven, and I remember why while I do really like this foundation, I remember why it's like not my absolute favorite, because it's just like really inconsistent how it wears. Like some days I get a great wear and other days it's just, I mean, you definitely can over apply with this one. If you put too much on, it doesn't look great. So that's why I'm going over it quickly with the Beauty Blender, but just always keep that in mind if you're using this foundation. But I think going back over it with the Beauty Blender worked out okay. I think it's going to be okay for today. I am going to quickly apply my eyebrows with the Ulta Beauty pencil. Okay, my eyebrows are done. I'm going to pop on a little bit of the Persona Multi-Stick in Dune just to do a little contour. Cream products are always a great choice for summer because you're not too heavily powdered and layered when you're sweating. However, if it's too hot, you know, your cream products just melt away. So I will be setting it with just a little bit of powder today too. So for the powdered bronzer, I'm going to use the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. Just apply that. Next, I'm going to do some liquid blush, the Dear Dahlia blush in Dreamy. And I'm going to top that with the NYX Buttermelt Blush in the shade For the Butter. And to make it a little summery, that hint of pink across the nose. Now I'm just going to set it all with the About Face pink powder. And then we're going to get onto the eyes. I'm going to put this Give Dewy Plump Lip Gel, Collagen Lip Gel, on before the eyes just because my lips are kind of foundation-y. So I'm going to put that on before doing the eyes. I do love this one for like a quick, easy, glossy, summery lip look. So that is the base. Now let's get into the real reason we're here. Okay, so here is the Ice Cream Dream palette in all its glory. So we do have a pistachio color for our Spumoni ice cream. Do we have a cherry? We have a black cherry, which is close. I think sometimes it is black cherry in there. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but we'll use the black cherry, and then we've got the chocolate. So we're gonna do a look with that. First, I am going to prime the eyes using the Glam Light Icing, and this is the shade Buttercream. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna start with the black cherry in the center of the lid and kind of make a look off of that. So let's just go with it and see where it takes us. I'm super excited to see the other videos for this month. I feel like everyone is so creative and so inspiring, and I always do really boring neutral looks. So I'm gonna go for a little color today, but just know this is me really branching out. So we'll see. This is not my usual look, not my usual practice, so it always takes a little bit to learn what you're working with. But anyway, I will be sure to link Jen's channel. It was her word this month. She's so sweet, she's so fun. And then I'll also link the playlist so you can check out everyone's video. I think every single month someone does something and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. I would have never thought of that. And I think of myself as a creative person, but sometimes under pressure I just panic. I don't know. I can't, like, certainly I could have come up with like a Disney inspired look, right? But no, it felt like too much pressure. They'd probably come after me for copyright infringement anyway or something. So just teasing. All right, so we'll start there. Gonna add some pistachio. Just go into the inner corner. This black cherry is actually really beautiful and applied really well. I do really love the Glam Light formula. Well, I guess sometimes they're not all the same formula, but especially this one, this is a great formula. But I like a lot of their palettes. Okay, I'm gonna take some chocolate around the outside. That chocolate really blended into the black cherry. It looks nice, but it's much more monochromatic than I had anticipated. I'm also gonna take a touch of the French vanilla and highlight the brow bone, which I know is like very like 80s and 90s, not of today, but I'll just do something fun with it. And then I'm going to use this empty brush to just blend those two areas together so there's not a stark white space or skin space. I feel like I should carry the pistachio down around. Also gonna take the peanut butter shade and put a little bit of that under the eye. You don't want to do the dark chocolate which actually is not that dark, but it's reading really red. And I don't like to do red around the under eye so much, you know, because it can sometimes make you look like your eyes are red or bring out the red in your eyes. Don't want to do that. I'm just going to blend everything together a little more. I'm going to use this e.l.f. liner, which is like a liner slash eyebrow cream gel, and just apply some of that. And I'm going to do that off camera. I'll be back. All right, the final touch is the mascara. Well, this is my final look for what I came up with for what I am screaming for. What do you think? I'm screaming for Spumoni ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream? Let me know in the comments. Also, thanks so much for watching. Do be sure to check out all the other videos in the playlist. I know there are going to be some great videos with inspiration on what's making everyone else scream this summer.